Hey everyone, welcome to part 91 of my Pokemon game series Ingenuity. So in this video, we'll implement HM cut. So we'll have trees like this in our scene, and if we try to interact with it, it'll just say that this tree looks like it can be cut, but we won't be able to cut it unless we have a Pokemon with the HM cut. So if I teach cut to one of my Pokemons, let me just teach it to my Bulbasaur. Okay, so now I should be able to cut the tree. All right. So yeah, let's look at how to implement this. By the way, I started a new series on Patreon that covers how to make a 3D Pokemon game like Pokemon Legends Arceus in Unity. So if you're interested in making a 3D Pokemon game or a 3D RPG game in general, then you can check out this course on Patreon. So by becoming a Patreon, you can support this channel and get access to the 3D Pokemon series and get some other cool rewards like the complete project files of the series, some exclusive tutorials, and access to the Discord community. So before we start, I want to say a huge thanks to all the Patreons who are currently supporting the channel. You guys make the series possible, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you. So let's start the video. So first, let's import the sprite for the tree. So in the art folder, inside graphics, I'll import my cuttable tree sprite. All right. So I'll change its pixel per unit to 16. I'll change the filter mode to point no filter, and I'll set the compression to none, just like we do for all our sprites. So now let's add this cuttable tree to one of our scenes. So I'll just add it to the hometown scene. So here let me add a new 2D sprite, and I'll call this cuttable tree. Okay, so for the sprite, I'll choose the cuttable tree sprite. All right. So now it's not visible since it's in the default sorting layer. So let me put it in the foreground layer. Okay. And let me just place it around here. So I'll set the Y as 12 and X as 2.5. Okay. So next I'll add a box collider to it to detect collisions. Okay. So we don't want the collider to be this big. So let me edit the collider and make it smaller. All right. So we only want the collision to happen on the lower side of the tree. So I'll set the collider like this. So next I'll create the script for the cuttable tree. So in scripts, inside the gameplay folder, I'll create a new script called cuttable tree. Okay. So let me just get rid of the default code. So the cuttable tree is going to be an interactable object. The player will be able to interact with it. So we are going to make it implement the interactable interface. All right. And when we implement this interface, we also have to implement the interact function. So I'll use control dot and select implement interface, and Visual Studio will automatically implement it for us. Okay. So next, I'll show a dialog from the interact function so that we can test if it's working. So here I'll call dialog manager dot instance dot show dialog text. All right. And the text, I'll say something like this tree looks like it can be cut. All right. And let me add a yield return at the start to make it wait. So now we can go ahead and attach the script to our cuttable tree object. So next, I'll change the layer of the cuttable tree to the interactable layer, since all the interactable objects should be in the interactable layer, right? only then it will be detected. So now let's go to the gameplay scene and test if it's working. Okay, so you can see that the cuttable tree is blocking me. I can go through here, but I can't walk through the tree. All right, and if I try to interact with it by pressing Z, then it shows this dialog saying that this tree looks like it can be cut. Okay, but there are a few problems here. So if I go stand behind the tree, you can see that the player is appearing on top of it, right? So this is because the tree is actually in the foreground layer. So the foreground layer is actually below the player, right? It's below the player. So the player will appear on top of the foreground layer. So we can actually set the sorting layer of the tree to player itself to solve that issue. And we can actually rename the player layer to something else like objects. Okay, so that makes more sense, right? All the game objects like the cuttable tree, player, NPCs, trainers, all of them will be in the objects layer, which will be above all our tile map layers. Okay, so now if we go to the gameplay scene and test this, you can see that now it's sorting the player and the tree correctly, right? So if I'm standing behind the tree, the player will be behind it, and if I'm standing in front, the player will be in front of it. So that is working fine. So next, before we implement the cut mechanic, I just want to clean things a little. So it looks really weird to have two lines of fences over here, right? So let's just get rid of the one in the root one scene. So I'll open up the root one scene and go to the tile palette and erase this line of fences. So let me go to the background palette and I'll change the active tile map to solid objects because fences are in the solid objects tile map. And let me just select the eraser and erase these fences. Okay. And then I'll just add two more fences here to connect it to the fences in the scene one. Alright, so now if we open the hometown scene editively, as you can see that that looks much better than having two lines of fences, right? So next, in the hometown scene, I'll also add one more fence over here so that the player won't have any way to go to the next scene. So let me add a fence. All right. And by the way, I have to make sure to select the solid objects layer before adding the fence. Otherwise, it won't block the player. Okay. And I'll also change this fence sprite so that it doesn't have this part towards its right. So I'll just replace it with this sprite. Okay, so now let's go to the gameplay scene and try testing this. All right, that looks much better. So next, if a Pokemon has a cut HM, then it should be able to cut this tree, right? So let's go ahead and implement that. So in the interact function of the cuttable tree, I'll check if the player has a Pokemon with the cut HM. So we have the transform of the initiator here. So the initiator of this interaction is the player. So from the player's transform, we can get the Pokemon party component. All right. And from here, we can get the list of Pokemons in the player's party. Okay. So we have to find the first Pokemon that has the move cut. So I'll use first our default. And by the way, to use first or default, we have to import link. So now we can use it. And we want to find the first Pokemon who has the cut move, right? So I'll say Pokemon dot moves dot any, and I'll check if any of these moves are cut. Okay, so we can check that by comparing the move's name. So if the move dot base dot name is equal to cut, then that means this Pokemon has the move cut, and we'll return that, right? So let me store this in a variable called Pokemon with cut. Okay, so if Pokemon with cut is not equal to null, then we can actually make the Pokemon cut the tree. So I'll actually give a choice to the player. So let me just copy this dialog, and in the dialog I'll ask the player, should this Pokemon cut the tree? So we can get the name of the Pokemon from Pokemon with cut dot base dot name. Okay, so I'll ask, should this Pokemon use cut? And we can also give two choices to the player. So for the choices, I'll pass yes or no. Okay, and then I'll create an integer variable here called selected choice. I'll set it to 0 by default. Okay, and I'll assign it from the on choice selected action. So in this action, we'll get the selection. So I'll store that to our selected choice variable. All right. So now if the selected choice is 0, then that means the player chose yes. So in that case, we should just cut the tree, right? So I don't have any animations to play while cutting the tree. So what I'll do is I'll just make this game object inactive by calling setActive false. Okay. And then I also show a dialog saying that this Pokemon used cut. Okay. So that's all we need to do. So let's go to Unity and test this. All right. So if I interact with this tree, right now I can't cut it because I don't have a Pokemon with the move cut. So let's actually teach cut to a Pokemon. So I believe I have an HM for cut. So let me use it and teach it to one of my Pokemon. So I'll just teach it to my Bulbasaur. Okay. So now if we interact with the tree, you can see that it'll ask me if we should cut it by using the cut move of our Bulbasaur. So if I press yes, you can see that the tree will be destroyed. Okay. So we're done with implementation of the HM cut. So I'll stop the video here. If you think this video is helpful, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. That will really help me out. So I'll see you in the next video.